Hey, what is up guys? My name is BobLyn, aka PabLoon, and today we're back with a new ship review. This is the Tier 8 German Battleship Anhalt, and this is an amazing, I gotta say right now, this is an amazing sniping platform. These 15 guns, as you can see, we get 2 in the front and 3 in the rear with triple turret configuration, are 350mm turrets, and this 15 shell salvo has a 24-second reload, which is quite powerful at tier 8. And the game you're going to be watching is a 120k rounded up, it's 119 in a tier 8 game. And let me just say off the bat that the experience I've had in this ship has only been positive. I have really not found anything that I could put to say this, you know, as critique to the ship. You will find that the dispersion on these 350mm guns is not the best, but when you have 15 guns, it really does not matter. These 15 350mm, they deal some damage. And you might think this could be so close to a Brandenburg, but really in reality these are 45mm bigger. Brandenburg is firing 305mm, whereas this is 350s. We get a spotting plane for our only skill, so even though this is the German ship, we don't get secondary overload, and we don't get a sonar either, nor do we get a precise aim. The first salvo here on this Miyoko was not too good on my part. He probably stopped too fast for me to predict it perfectly, but you can see here the spotting plane is very, very powerful in the beginning of the game. He's actually going to do quite a good job of dodging my shells somewhat, but you can see the dispersion there is not the best. We still get 6 shell hits, and that's what I mean. When you have the volume of fire of 15 shells, you're going to hit something every time, pretty much, unless you are very, very bad at aiming. So I told you guys my experience in this ship has been very positive, and the reason for that is consistency. This ship is very consistent at getting chunky salvos on broadside targets that are easy to hit. This thing has so much firepower, and if used right, it can really be a devastating punch. In this game you're going to see here, we're going to be going a little bit close range, we're going to be shooting at long range, we're going to be doing everything in between to make sure that we get an all-round good view of this ship. Now, let me just say, first of all, this is not a brawling secondary type ship. Yes, you have secondaries, and they are German, but they're not the main focus. These secondaries, as you can see, they are not very accurate. The dispersion is quite bad, to be honest, and it is not a ship you should be brawling with. This Jervis here is gonna be finding out why you shouldn't get close. Now saying you shouldn't brawl with this thing. This guy was full HP and we hit him with all shells and he is down to 20%. These are 350mm. They will pen lower armored targets than most BBs will. You won't overpen as much. But it is still not like a Bismarck. It's not a Tirpitz. It's definitely not a brawling ship in my opinion. If you play this far back, use your range and your spotting plane to your advantage, you will get the most out of the ship. But the cool thing about Anhalt, if you ask me, is you actually have somewhat decent means to defend yourself. You still have torpedoes, you still have secondaries and auto secondaries. They're just not the, you know, superb versions in the German lineup. Definitely there are some better ones there, but that's not your main focus. It is to be a sniping platform. And using this scouting plane to your advantage is a very, very important trick with this ship. We got this Lexington here who is, I don't know why he's pushing up like this, but I mean, we'll take full advantage of it. And you can see here, this dispersion isn't the best. I am running dispersion mod on this, so equipment modification 3 in the first slot to get better dispersion, but it really does not help a lot. It is not a very accurate ship, but then again, you don't really need to be accurate, you just need to hit in the vicinity of a ship. And we're trying to take out this Lexington here, and that's a good salvo. Look at the dispersion on that. That's going to do a ton of damage to this Lexington, and boom. Already at 65k, 2 modules damaged, and now we're going to be going into a brawl with the Bismarck. And this is where you're going to see the close range capabilities of this ship. it definitely is not lacking in that department. Before that, we're going to take out this Lexington, because he is not going to get away on that sliver of health. So that's the first torp tube. That's the second. You see what they're launching in the front and the rear of the ship. It is a very unconventional torpedo placement for German BBs. If you've played Gneisenau, Scharnhorst, Brandenburg, Tirpitz, those are, you know, quad launchers or triple launchers in the middle of the ship. These are single launchers in the front and the rear, and you kind of have to get used to it. But where you saw me aim there with these guns was at his Bismarck stern. Remember guys, these are not 380s, these are not 406s, these are 350mm guns. It's kind of like in the middle between a battlecruiser caliber and a battleship caliber. They still hit hard, but you also have to take account of armored targets like a Bismarck, and that Miyoko just got deleted. Now, this is the end for me. This Gneisenau is going to take me out, but not before we get, look at that, 4.3k and another one. Boom. These torpedoes do quite a big amount of damage. 700mm torpedoes are not the smallest torpedoes in the world. And this Gneisenau is going to go down to my team here. So here you guys see what the Anhalt can do, and I must say, me and Red, when I was playing this, we were talking, and we think this is going to become like the next Atlantico. I think this is going to become a very, very popular ship, because it's easy to play, it's easy to hit with. You have, like I said, 15 guns. It's pretty hard to miss. And yet we don't know how it's going to be released. We just think this is going to be a very prevalent ship in the community. So, I mean, this is my review on it. I think it's a solid 9 out of 10 at tier 8. It can compete with a lot of battleships at the tier, and it's definitely going to be difficult for anyone who is in a lightly armored ship to deal with this ship. So here you guys saw the elite bonus. I went with main battery traverse, and you saw the camos. The historical camo gives secondary range, and the special camo gives main battery shell dispersion. So obviously you should go with the special camo if you get it. Here you see the 150mm secondaries. They are, you know, they deal quite a lot of damage, 560 damage per hit on a DD, and then you have 105mm for your auto secondaries. And here they are, the torpedoes. Now keep in mind, this is 5km range torpedoes like on the Hindenburg and, you know, other cruisers of this tier, other battleships. So it's a standard German torpedo range. It's not like the Leipzig, it's not like the Odin. It doesn't have extended range. We run dispersion, acceleration, and rudder. And here we have Reinhard Scheer, and I actually have to remake the commander because I just realized some mistakes. So we take artillery maintenance, victorious charge, survivalist plus, generalist plus. Now keep in mind I am running Reinhard Scheer, and if I was not running Reinhard Scheer, I would take Adrenaline Rush instead of Extinguisher, because Extinguisher doesn't help you that much, and the only reason I would take it is because it's a legendary commander. So this is the commander build I went with. I also played with a normal commander, and it was absolutely insane, and I'm going to show you guys my stats in the ship now, because I actually have played quite a lot of battles, because I really did enjoy this ship. I thought it was really fun to play, and very easy too. Very, very easy to get down. You see we have a 75k average damage, 86% win rate over 15 battles. So this is a very capable and easy to play battleship. It shouldn't be played like a battle cruiser. It should be played like a battleship and a sniping platform, because that's what it's really good at. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video on the Tier 8 Anhalt. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I want to say right now that from my personal perspective, this is a ship that I actually recommend quite a lot. I think it's going to become a menace of Tier 8, but it's not as unbalanced as something like Atlantico or Richelieu back then. Richelieu isn't unbalanced anymore, but back when it came out, it was very good. This is going to be a powerful sniping platform, and it can also handle itself at close ranges. So I definitely recommend this ship whenever it comes out. My name has been BobLyn, aka PabLoon, and thank you for watching. I am signing out.